Hey, come here. I have some secret alpha for you. Yes, it actually is secret alpha. It is part of your tools of a competitive edge that you need, as well as this spirit gonna take on the bears, my friends. Okay. Also, it's gonna help if you sharpen your elbows to destroy the backs of the bears, because this secret alpha is gonna change your life. And not really. I mean, I've gone through it before, but here it is again, friends. So it's a secret alpha. Let's go through an example of what we recently saw, okay? I'm going to ask you a question, friends, okay? When Soylana had its season, many people bridged over. Did you and your friends go and buy Sol token? No. This is very important, okay? So I want you to think about your perspective from the rest of the market. So you are sitting on the sidelines and you have seen this crazy thing happen. You have now seen Soylana move up. And this is the Sol USD chart. So specifically, they saw it moving up. Now, it had not reached the top yet. That's like a 10x, okay? So it started reaching up here. It had done the first 5x. So what we should actually do is we should just look at the Sol ETH ratio so we can get an idea, okay? So this is pretty much what it looks like. So it went up here, and I can tell you right now, we were all here, right? It did the first 3x versus, look at this, this is actually crazy. I remember when I started going nuts, about 3 to 4x versus Ethereum. Remember, that's the most important part. If something is going up in the ETH or BTC ratio, so this is Sol ETH, okay? If it's going up here, it means it's gaining significance on Ethereum. Money is preferring, in this moment of time, right, Solana over Ethereum. So I guess Solana's dominance, right, it's increasing, yeah? Versus ETH. So here's the thing though. Put yourself in the shoes, hopefully the fluffy slippers of people out there who are witnessing this on the sidelines. We witnessed it, okay? So did you, friends, you saw Solana going and moving up, okay? Now, the first rush of people, they go in for the leverage trade, momentum traders. They go and they trade it. However, most people, after that point, they did not go and bridge in just to buy Soylana, the Sol token, SOL. Yes, there are some funds, there are traders, there are those people, okay? Forget about them. They're not the long-term punters. I'm talking about the retail, the people who actually drive these things, the excitement, the people. We are the people. So what did they actually do, friends? They watched it happen and they wanted a piece of the action. So, right, you bridged in to buy the Soylana altcoins. Okay, that's what they did. So they watched it from afar. And they came in, they go, man, this Solana thing's going nuts. I got to get a piece of the action. And of course, one of the things they did was they saw DWIF hat pumping up. This is the DWIF hat chart. So it had not done its big chart, its moonshot yet, but this is it. This is what it had done, okay, up to that point. So this was it. This is DWIF hat done this huge 100x move. This is now December, January, February, around here, friends. See, this is walking up. This is DWIF hat going nuts. Okay, so it had not done a big move yet, but still, this is nuts enough. Okay, this is a big move. That's all you see is this. So people want to come and they want to participate. Concurrent to this, friends, there was BONK. Okay, now this is what BONK did. This is absolutely insane, right? So BONK, at that same time, this I have to put on a log chart. That's how big the move was. It's absolutely giant freaking move. Let's put on a 3-day chart. So BONK did this, friends. Okay, so BONK goes from the bottom here. It does a freaking, here is 2024 beginning. Here you go. In December, does 155x. So this is BONK. Wild. All right, so we see this big move. You're like, whoa, what the hell is that? 155x. So you're already seeing, okay, here's the thing. What BONK was, I guess, the chosen one. Now, people in Solana ecosystem, a lot of them believed in BONK because they're like, well, this is the only real serious meme coin that like kind of doing it, trying to do things for the ecosystem. So they were long BONK and they won. Here's the thing. You didn't need to know about BONK to participate on all the upside and make a lot. You did not need to know. It helps to know, though, because it's one of the unicorns, right? It was a first mover. Okay, so once again, you didn't need to know. It helps to know. And here's the thing. With all the other chains, if you're in that same position, if you ask everybody, what's the bonk of your chain? What's the dog with hat? They're all going to say it's their coin. It's going to be very hard to predict whatever the hell the winner is, okay? But you still don't even need it. Like I said, many other coins went and did tremendous great things, friends. They did. Because I can even go and show you, for example, you look at, for example, you know, Boden, before it freaking blew up, okay? Before it blew up, you can check Joe Boden coin, okay? One of the mania, look what ends up happening, okay? It ends up doing like a freaking 1,000x. It does more than 1,000x, actually. Like this Joe Boden thing is insane. Remember, this is a 12-hour chart. So at the end of the first day, it still goes up, wow, like 38,000x. Huge returns, yes? Huge. By the way, we're going to play some nice cranky G. Let's play some pump music. That's wild, man. Oh, yeah, and you want to know how that turned out? Yeah, with Joey Biden's coin. Oh, man, that hurts, man. Just freaking bang, 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 down 96, 97%. Now, don't get scared. It's just that, look, they were shitting that all over mainstream YouTube. Every big influencer, you know, it was on Crypto Banter. Everything was like talking about Joe Boden and Tuka and all the Politify stuff. So you had maximum exposure. Once you hit maximum exposure, you can't get anything above that unless the whole industry rises. Okay? So we'll continue on that later, another time as well. So you've noticed these things. You've noticed Soylana go up. You see the bonk go up and dog with hat. What did people do after that point? They bridge in and they start buying all the altcoins. That's what they do. They start participating in all the other coins on Soylana. Now, what we also observed, so this is not your friend Swami guessing, this is what happened. Because Soylana went up so much, the season got everybody active and energized so a lot. And they bought coins across every chain. Okay, Avalanche even had gaming and like meme coins on there as well. Ethereum had it too. Right, PulseChain had it too. That's what we're going to get into next. So many other chains out there, they had their season. They had stuff going up. People were launching coins now. There were many chains they tried a lot. Okay, you know, Telegram had a lot of it was like 500k, 100k meme coins, which it still is. A lot of them just rugged to zero. But they started putting these stuff everywhere, and obviously there's all the casino, everything's popping around. Okay, but I want you to just have a think about that train of thought that we just saw. So you saw the spear, the core spear, Sol goes up on Soylana. So Sol goes up the spear. Then you saw like one of the unicorns run. Now everyone's rushing in. They want to grab everything. And they did. So this, friends, is our competitive edge, your competitive edge, my competitive edge. We know this now. We go, I can see it, okay? If, okay, it comes to PulseChain, when that goes up, we are positioned with the right coins, the right mentality, the right frame of mind to make slingshot leverage moonshot to the upside, okay? But it takes time. Of course, it takes time. Now, this is Peppy sailing away with a romantic boat, okay? With like Mrs. Peppy. He's got some nice KFC bucket there. So, this is what we're pretty much what we're gonna see. Because we've seen it in real life now. We've seen it happen multiple times. And here's the thing, friends. No one could have predicted it was going to be Soylana. Not everyone. Obviously, some people did, but most people didn't. But we didn't really need to. But Soylana, the seasons there, they got the biggest bulk. You see, like Joe Boden and all these other coins, they went to 500 million market cap plus. So if you're on the other chains, you didn't get as much as a Soylana pump. You didn't get as much as, I guess, retail inexperienced money bridging over to your chain to pump stuff up. And best example I'll show you in PulseChain, it's everybody reorganizing themselves within the community and they're just redistributing where they see value. But we didn't have a lot of noob money. We had people coming in. That's what you want. That's what you want, okay? If we had a lot of noob money, a lot of retailers coming in with Soylana, that's unfortunately, you have the 95% collapses. You see those boom and bust I just showed you on Joe Boden. Like you get this price chart. When you have a lot of noobs coming in, unfortunately, this is the type of stuff that happens, okay? So it's not just Joe Boden, not just picking on them, but just this is what you see on average. A lot of people get more hurt because you basically you got too many non-believers are in. Remember? When the non-believers are in, it's time to get out. So now we can see, right, in our minds, if PulseChain pumps up, so we're going to actually draw it now. right here. If PulseChain pumps up, all right, we're trying to think what's going to happen after this. Now, what's interesting is we don't actually need to guess, friends. Do you know, or not even you know, we were here. You know, in this little move, this tiny move, so PulseChain in the first week of January went up. You see this move up, going up, January, February, March. You see that part going up. There's literally nothing, just 3 months. This little move, a lot of altcoins started moving up. And in fact, PulseChain was still going down here, March, April, May, yet some powerful coins came out, like DickWifButt came out. Pika on PulseChain came up, okay? They're still around, even while the speed was going down. So, interesting, even though the Pulse speed was going down, people had enough energy and excitement from the rest of the industry. There's Bitcoin going up, staying high, right? That's Soylana going up. It was enough to keep them excited for long enough to continue. So now, all right, now we've got to think, okay, so if let's think about the next move, right? Think about the next move. If PLS pumps up again, now we don't know how much it's pumping up, but if it pumps up again, if it goes up again, now obviously we're hoping it goes like an enormous amount, but wherever it goes and it starts stopping, right? Maybe it does this, who knows, right? We can now deduce that people are going to notice that and they want to come bridge in. Especially if Ricardo Corazon with 170,000 ETH, especially if he is actively the billionaire pumping up the coin, pumping up PLS, and he's like dragging it up. So people are going to notice. And most likely they are going to come to buy all the PulseChain altcoins. That's pretty much what it's going to come down to, okay? So as I already showed you now, this already happened in the crypto industry. So firstly, remember Bitcoin pumps out of the bear market. Then we have altcoins moving. Now, we don't know what altcoins were going to be the winner. Solana got the biggest lion's share. Ethereum got a bit, but you get to see, right? Bitcoin goes up. Then there's Bitcoin DeFi altcoins, right? So there's too many altcoins now to choose from. So the game is getting harder and harder over time. We also see this happen with Ethereum. When Ethereum price goes up, Ethereum City, the meme coins go wild. Very wild on there. They reorganize, okay? Repricing of stuff. And you got to think, right? If people are bridging in because they want to participate in Ethereum, the psychological wealth effect is true there. We saw it on Avalanche chain. It happens on every chain. Literally, this is just humans being humans. This is what happens. This happens in cities, friends. This literally happens in cities. Once you've got like the core of the city pretty much done out, what do we start doing? We start building casinos. We start building, a bigger red light district. We start building the cinemas and the Broadway and the parks and the sports stadiums, right? We start building those big eccentric things. But at the start, it was just a coal mine and everybody being like, okay, we've got to put a hospital. We've got to put a school. We've got to put a bus stop and like one building, and like for, you know what I mean? And a farm somewhere. You see? Look what I started with. It ends up with like a casino and all this other stuff. So it's the same thing here. It's the same thing. PulseChain will be no different. Okay. And by the way, it's not even like will be. It already happened. So like it's tongue in cheek, like, oh, anything can happen. But no, it already played out right in front of us. It literally, one for one, it already played out right in front of us. Okay. So we don't even need a guess from this. Okay. Now, here's the thing. For those who are doing the hard work, we will notice this is obvious, okay? So, obviously, enjoy this cute Peppy by the little Godzilla suit. So cute. Okay, so those who are doing the hard work, friends, will notice this is obvious. That's why you're listening to me, highest value content in crypto. Not even close. Not even close. Not even up for debate. We're not even going to entertain that thought. I watch all of them. I literally watch all of them, all right? And they charge stuff too. So, people who are sleeping on this, though, of everything I just told you, they are going to have to focus on other things. Now, luckily, because PulseChain is so deeply contrarian and undervalued, everybody can win. Because when your spear is so underpriced, you can go up a lot. And then everything that's the altcoin around the city, that will be like slingshot leverage. Okay? Obviously, there's a problem though then. So here's the thing, friends. Everybody in the ecosystem, they're just going to say, oh, Pulse is going to do a 500 to 1,000x. Okay, bro. You know that we just shown, right? If the speed does a 500x, that means the altcoins are each going to do 2,000x. There's going to be altcoins doing 1,000 to 2,000x. So they're all leverage on it. So look, it's unlike, friends, we can't do 500x, man. If we do a 500x for the ecosystem, we are at 750 billion for altcoin industry. You know, the entire total the entire altcoins outside of the top 10 is 650 billion right now. So we flip it. So how is, like, I don't know, I hope it happens, but I don't know if we can support that. You got to think about it as well. The PLS, even if Ethereum hits $7,000, Pulse is worth 1.2 billion. So the bid will be 1.2 billion if Richard Hart rotates. $1.2 billion of a bid is not enough to support a $600 billion non-origin address market cap. It's not. A $1.2 billion bid is enough to support a 50 to a 100 billion market cap. It's around enough for that. Because obviously, there's going to be people adding the rest of the industry. And by the way, that's assuming nobody sells. So I'm just being honest with you. That's about anyway from 30 to a 60x from today for the Sphere. So I'm just being completely honest. And by the way, this is not just me guessing. We know this from all this evidence. You cannot support that much circulating supply of all these people out here with such a thin liquidity pool. They dump. Okay, it's too thin. Okay, that liquidity metric. So we have these numbers from here. Now, that's why the beautiful part is that if you got information asymmetry, right? We have all these competitive edges. We have active community. Everyone wins. But I'm just showing you, like, this is edge. This is alpha. So if you're in all these PulseChain altcoins, friends, like there's heaps of them, okay? So I can't keep going through all of them all the time. You know, you have the Atropa ecosystem, PDI, Teddy Bear, Atropa. You have the Tang gang coins. Like, you have DickWifButt. You have other ones like Orange Man, Good, OMG. We have Pika on PulseChain, like over and over and over again. There's just, there are a lot. There are a lot to go through, like over and over. You've seen them, okay? They're all in discount zones, not financial advice. This, just mark the boxes if you want them, okay? We're completely up to you, friends. Remember, this is just entertainment. I don't know. I'm just telling you. It's what I see, okay? Can all go to freaking zero. But if it plays out again, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. You don't have to do it, okay? This is Orange Man Good as well. You change to the PLS ratio. See, it did, friends. This thing pumped up 137x, and now it's come back down here. Now, here's the thing. Normally, normal circumstances, so you're like, oh, why not just get down 99%? Yeah, here's the problem. The problem is you're at 1.5 million market cap still. You're cheap. You're cheap as hell, okay? So you have the edge here. That's why everyone wins. You get to see, right, the perspective. You're like, okay, if in the future PulseChain goes up and PulseChain is up, you got to think about this, right? If people are looking at the price, friends, remember Soylana? Soylana was no longer like $10. Solana's $100. People are like gambling around that 10x zone. Okay, well, what if PLS, right? What are people going to be doing if Pulse goes up, 15x from here? All right, think about it. It goes up 15x. And now the total ecosystem is 25 billion. Do you think everyone in crypto is only going to be coming in to buy Pulse, to buy that for 100x? No, they're not. Okay. I'll tell you they're not. But I don't blame you for having that mindset. Because if you have that mindset, you think PulseChain is still hex in cycle number 1 when it was only 50 million market cap to 100 million market cap back in 2020. You still are thinking that. No, it's bigger now. There's more people. It's more mature. It's a cycle 2 community. Okay, it's not birth from absolute, like from zero. Okay, there's beginnings now that go down older. Okay, so that's why these things are playing out the way they are. And the liquidity will be thicker, man. It's 25 billion. So here's the thing. Okay, if we went up that 15x, the ecosystem is 25 billion. That would be like people rushing in to buy Hex at 25 cents. It's so much harder to push stuff up in that mania. And you don't have much time up there anyway when we went there in 2021. So most likely what would happen is yes, there will be the winning parts of the spears, which is Pulse, PulseX, EX, PEX, Inc., whatever ratios they're going to be at. And now you're thinking about, all those people watching on the sidelines, they've just seen this thing go up. They want a piece of the action. They want a piece of the action. And then this is where I guess the casino really starts to ramp up the leverage, right? And the randomness, because now it's like trying to think about, okay, which coins are those people who are non-believers? What are they going to come to bridging and buy? Now, obviously, Steven, we have information asymmetry, man. Like, I've got a fluffy microphone, okay? I know what I like. That's it. Even if I don't like them, I can speak about anything. Okay, and just got to think like, oh crap, we have these certain funnels. And remember, PulseChain's a lot of influencers out there. Everyone's active, so the communities are all loud. They're all loud, man. They're all loud. They're all tagging stuff. So when people come in, they're gonna start looking around. What are the YouTube videos? People are gonna come and do like reports on the PulseChain. Okay, what are the different factions out there? Now factions, it's funny, man. Let's call them factions. It's like 6 people like rolling around playing marbles. Okay, Atropa and Tang, and then the Greys, the alien currency, and all these ecosystems. Yeah, sweet. There's only a limited number of them to choose from. In Soylana land, there is 130,000 coins minted every week from pump.fun. We don't have those in PulseChain. There's a certain influencers. Everyone's got the megaphone, and basically it's directed. And you know, there's a mindset shift as well. People are more loyal in PulseChain, and they've been through a lot of the downside swings. Okay, we believe in real DeFi. You see that? So it's a different game. It's an easier game. It's a better game. However, you know, it still doesn't have to work out. Like, what if we just never get the price pump of PLS? What if Richard rotates to the next cycle, not this one? What if he just leaves us out to drive? You don't know. Okay, so that's what the edge is, friends. You get this observation thing. Like, okay, people are going to come buy the riskiest stuff. I get it now. I get it. Yeah, but then you're going to still pick the right coin. So you can't go all in on one thing. All right, don't ever go all in on one thing. That's why I'm telling you now, all right? You can help limit your risk. You can help limit your risk by using lottery ticket sizes on entry in case the coins you choose are not performing too well. Yeah. So you don't want one person to just go all in on the wrong coin and it just goes to zero, right? So that's why you're going to have to decide on a split for yourself. You already are, I know, but it's for your friends and family. You know, that's why when people come in, what I tell you, 90% call, 10% lottery. Not because you should always have that ratio, or of course it fluctuates, but it's more like when people are coming in, on average, they're coming in at the wrong time and they're hearing about stuff at prices too high. You see, on average. That's why 90% of people hear stuff about stuff on the tops. So if they have a mindset of 90% call, 10% lottery, at least they're going to be buying core coin mentality stuff with their 90% rather than just lottery coins where they don't know, man. They go, oh, this thing went up a lot. That must mean it's good. They don't know. People don't know. Like, they haven't done the research. They don't know. Is there an active community? Is there people still there willing to engage? So all this stuff you got to figure out. But at least you have an edge here. So we identify, right? Everyone's on the risk curve. And as the speed goes up, the market participants, they want to go further out the risk curve because they're chasing the gains more and more. But, you know, that's what Pulse is to Ethereum. So, like, friends, if you're let's say you're an Ethereum podcast, maybe you drink soy, okay? Now, they would never do this, but what they would be saying is they go, oh, there is a wallet out there with 170,000 ETH. So when Ethereum goes up, you can take more risk on your Ethereum, okay, using like spot leverage, not like it's like slingshot leverage. You can rotate your ETH and participate in this thing called PulseChain PLS because that might go up further than ETH after that. You see how you can always go down up and down the food chain. Okay, but we're already aware of that. And by the way, the market doesn't have to wait for Ethereum to go up and stop. The market, PulseChain itself could have reversed before we get to that moment of that. So what we'd be looking at is the PLS ETH ratio. So maybe you never know, maybe PLS is up here already because friends, all it takes is like just a few whales, one whale. He just watches one of my videos. He's like, wait a minute, there's 170,000 ETH? Really? And he goes, does the research. He's like, oh crap, let's go smack it up. Let's get in. Let's put $1 million in. And then like 10 of his friends get in. And now suddenly PLS is like up 3 or 4x higher because these guys are front running that. You see what I mean? That's all it takes. So that's an example of how chaotic markets are. You don't have to exactly wait for Richard to do that. Now everyone in the community, we're all hoping that would have happened by now. It just hasn't. So it is what it is. So there you go, friends. That's your alpha. That's the competitive edge. You know how these observational patterns play out. How people, they see things. Okay, the speed goes up first. Where are they going next? What are people going to do? Okay, but also you're watching me. And we know everyone in the PulseChain community is tight-knit, man. It's tight-knit. Everyone wants to kill each other half the time. It's not that tight-knit, but it's just like there's not too many places for them to go. Another way to look at it is, yeah, in Soylana, there's 100,000 buckets minted every freaking week. In a month, there's 400,000 buckets. Good luck picking the bucket, which is a meme coin or an altcoin that's going to fly to the moon when it goes up again. You can't pick with it. 1 out of 400,000 buckets. You know what I mean? Well, you're gonna have like 40 or 50 slots, maybe, max. See? Okay, but in PulseChain, You don't have that. You don't have that. You only have like 50 to 100 to choose from with active communities. See? So much easier to go, oh, I want this spread of like 20 or 30. It's pretty good. And by the way, as PulseChain goes up, they will slingshot harder. You see? But we deserve all of this because we believe. Ultimately, that's why we get this. If we're right? And hopefully, we are on the right side of history. Make sure you like, subscribe, better, and all. Catch you in the next one.